Looks like we're streaming. Hello there. So welcome back to another Monday morning mentoring. I hope you had an amazing weekend, and I've got actually, I think this is very important what I have to share in this video today. And it's about the number one thing that could be holding you back. But first, what I want to do is introduce myself, because who am I to say ideas and concepts like this? So first of all, I'm Stephana Johnson. Hey there. If you're watching this, then you're on one of my channels, and maybe we haven't met yet, but I hope that we can soon. One of the things that I have found after 30 years of being in the health, the fitness, the personal and self-development industry is that there is something that if we let this hold us back, we won't be able to get to the other side of that goal. So the goals are awesome to have. I've been talking all about that. It's the new year. We're still in it. This is the 4th week now, and we're setting our goals, and maybe you're hitting some of those targets. Maybe you've thrown in the towel already. You know, on the January 19th, this is actually a survey from a fitness app company that says January 19th is the day that people quit. It's the quit day. Well, why does that happen? And can we get to the root cause of what holds you back? And in all the research, all the books that I'm reading and constantly reading and researching and discovering, I have found a couple of tools that I want to share with you, and I think that will make a huge difference. So if we haven't met before, I'm Stephana Johnson. I am a holistic health and fitness practitioner. I specialize in helping busy professionals drop the extra weight. That's the physical, yes, but also the mental, the emotional, because that really goes a long way in that baggage we carry around, so that you look and feel your best, so that you function at maximum capacity for you without burning out. It's because you are on fire and you are invigorated and energized and confident that you show up to your life in that way. And I mean, that is really what I'm all about. While I love the visual that we get, especially from my proven 90-day program, that before and after is like jaw-dropping, but it's really the internal shift that happens. It's like, I love calling it the phoenix that's rising from, it has to come from the inside out. Okay, so what is the number one thing that's holding you back from reaching your goals? So let's just pause a moment, and I'm literally asking you to ask yourself, what if you could identify the one thing in your life that's holding you back, or that you feel is the biggest challenge? What would that be? Can you identify it? Is it your mindset? Okay, I hear this a lot. I've tried, every single diet out there, but it comes down to the mindset. Is it lack of support? Is it lack of accountability? Is it not enough social support even? Sometimes we feel alone and isolated. We don't have enough social support and genuine social support, right? Is it you don't have enough time? You're not sure what to do. You don't actually know what actions to take. What I want you to do, and this is really important, is to pinpoint exactly what it is. And before you say, if I knew what it was, it wouldn't be a problem. Exactly. Because if you are specific about it, it really sheds light on it and starts to crumble that problem. So that's why it's important to take the time to address this. This is what I do in my consultations before working with any client. We have to identify specifically what are those challenges. And then from my perspective as a coach, I'm going to create a program that helps to shatter those blocks, to break through those barriers, to sort those through. But we have to know what those are first. And that's really super important because, well, first of all, when you identify your obstacles, what those challenges are that are holding you back, and you can actually name them, you are stronger just by doing that, just by stepping into that and looking at that and shedding, like, I like using this, putting the flashlight on it, shedding some light on that challenge, that obstacle. Then all of a sudden, this idea of all the fear or the worry that we're thinking about of something that is kind of vague, we can't identify. The moment we put the light on it, boom, you have just gotten stronger as a result of that. And sometimes simply acknowledging it, I've had clients literally just laugh out loud because we have acknowledged it, we've identified it, and it gave them more power and power over the obstacle instead of that obstacle having power over you. And so, and I think that's really important. So I want to say, if there's lack of resources, for example, getting in your way, that could be, let's say it could be budget. Okay. So if this is a situation, and a lot of times I know for a lot of my clients, once they cut out some of the unhealthier habits, right? Like driving through Starbucks for a $5 or $7 coffee, like the little fancy coffee, $7 a day, twice a day even. I mean, right there, that shifts some things. Happy hour, things like this that are habits that might have just started to creep up can get into, we just drop those. And what's really interesting is when you identify that and go, oh yeah, sometimes I do. Somehow I just got into that habit, and I find myself in the drive-through of Starbucks and I'm grabbing that. And the next thing you know, so those are simple things, but they're key. And if you identify them, you can really unpack that, and it gives you a lot more power. I love this one as well. I've had clients who basically they go out to dinner every night. Maybe they're dropping $80 to $150 a night. I know that seems it's a lot, but that's just going out for a good dinner. And they've gotten into the habit of that. It's like they're spending $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 a month on food going out. And all of a sudden they can shift things and actually have far better meals, far better nutrition, much more enjoyable, where they've created this beautiful, nourishing routine in their family life because they made that one switch. And I tell you, it gives me goosebumps right now thinking about that, because I hear the stories from my clients of how much they love cooking, and it's actually enjoyable, and it's a way that they reduce their stress. And now they understand, and they're not afraid of food, and they're not microwaving stuff. They're actually really seeing the beauty of nourishing food. I look teary-eyed because it's so beautiful when you are connected to your food that way. And then the expense, like they're inviting friends over and they're having people in connection, and the ripple effect of that is so beautiful. So when you do that and you free up money, you free up your time and your resources by getting rid of things that you don't even realize are taking up energy and resources, but they've become a habit and you think that you can't break that. And it's uncomfortable sometimes to go through that process. But if you can recognize it, that's step one. And then you can make a doable change. You can, what's on the other side of that is so amazing. So I want to encourage you on that, and just like look at, if you could just, let's say, free up some of that money to invest in your goals, right? Then, and you're investing in your own health in that way, which I think is really a beautiful investment. But it's the same that goes for lack of time. Like I'll hear that as I just don't have the time. Even knowing what to do. And even when I give folks rapid results, like you could do this in 15 minutes, just give yourself 15 minutes a day. And if you know that that's the problem, well, I can't get to the gym, I don't have the time, it's just not going to happen in my day. Awesome. I can show you how. You have movements that you can do in your daily life, and it's called habit stacking. I love doing that. So I've got that ebook that I've been sharing, the goal setting and habit stacking, super easy. And the next thing you know, you've done like 3 or 4 activities without going into the gym, and your body's feeling better. You're more energized. Your mood is better. Movement, exercise is the only free, it's free drug that is known, and there's science on this that shows that is It's like taking a little bit of Ritalin, a little bit of Prozac, because you're pepped up just because of that energy. And speaking of that, I just finished with a client and we just did a little bit of, was showing her some kickboxing moves and doing some movements there. It was kind of fun. And I am energized. I am more up, right? And it's so simple. We can do these simple actions. So I know for me, when I am personally challenged, and I've had my share. In fact, I've had an issue with last night. My car broke down, my front tire went under, and I was waiting in line, waiting for like an hour and a half for the tow truck to come. And I had to use some of my tools. I had to pull out some of my tools in my toolbox. But I want to share this with you because this is something that I learned from Gabrielle Oettingen. And she wrote the book. It's so good. It's about it's rethinking positive thinking. So I like positive thinking, but it's awesome how she talks about rethinking positive thinking into these actions. And she has this formula. It's called the WHOOP formula. And I will use this and share this with my clients so that we flip the switch when we get into this. So really quickly, I had my car's front tire went under it and I felt it going. I was like, oh man, there's a big ditch to the right. There's like, I'm in the middle of nowhere kind of in the street. And I have to really figure this out fast, like in split moment seconds. Got that handled. Then I'm standing there waiting for the flatbed tow truck to come. And I knew that I had to get myself out of this energy of fear and stress and oh no, and this and all the other things. So I literally just started having a conversation with someone who was a homeowner, and I was kind of dancing and doing hey, slow down. Let's, just shifting that energy within myself. And so then in just going through these things after in the last 12 hours, I used the tool, the WHOOP tool. So I'm going to share it with you right now. The W is it's WOOP, wish, outcome, obstacle, plan. Okay. So you look at what do you want first? And I knew I had to get targeted thinking. What do I want? Well, I want to be safely at home. I want my car to work. And okay, so that outcome, what's that going to give me? And then you go through and what's the end result of that wish, right? Of what you want. And then O, the second O is obstacles or obstacle, right? What are the challenges? All right, I had some pretty good obstacles ahead of me. And then the fourth is a plan. And you put together the plan, and it takes a lot of this fear energy and stifling stop energy that happens when we're going after a goal. So I highly recommend that. I love that. It's what I use with all of my clients. I love whooping with my clients because when we whoop our goals, we get out of this idea of the story of what's wrong. Well, I've tried 50,000 diets. I've tried every single diet and this doesn't work for me. It's like, fine. What do you want? Right? My knees are hurting. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do that. Okay. What do you want? And with that wish fulfilled, what will that give you? What is the outcome? Awesome. So once you have that outcome, awesome. Okay. And then what are those obstacles in the way of that wish, of that outcome? All right, let's come up with a plan of what to do, right? And so, I mean, that's really, if I break it down to a nutshell, that is what I do in any consultation. So if you want to work on your health and fitness and you want to achieve your goals, you want to drop the extra weight finally, and not have it be another story, wish fulfilled here. This is how we do it. This is how we play the game, and we show up to our lives as the best version of ourselves and feel amazing, look amazing, and crush it. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some insight. You can totally use that whoop. I'm going to put that on, share this with a link to Gabby Oettingen's book. So funny because Oettingen is similar to my maiden name, Oettinger. So that's always fun. Okay. I'm definitely revved up. Had a fun little workout, got a little late start on the Monday morning mentoring. Still morning though. You can do this. You can have an amazing week, an amazing life by starting with an amazing moment right now and whoop your goals. Shine some light on those challenges and don't go it alone. You don't have to go it alone. All right. Jump on my calendar, go to stephana.net, stephana.net, book a session with me. I normally do charge for these sessions. If you're seeing this, go book a session with me, 15 minutes, we'll sit down and we'll do some whoop on your goals. All right. Have an amazing week. I'll see you next time.